Are you able to see our screen now?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is our today agenda. This is we just introduced like yesterday we finished these 4 points. Remaining these two will complete today, and after that we finish more some topics on Selenium IDE. Okay. So what topics we cover yesterday, like what is a test automation, what is tools available for open source, how we can compare with Selenium with another automation testing tools, and what is Selenium, what are components will be there. So this thing we seen yesterday. So uh, anyone can tell me what is Selenium? Just type your answer in chat section. As we seen yesterday, so what is Selenium? How can we describe it? Yes, yes, Jay. There's a web-based functional testing tools. Yes. What are the features having in this Selenium? Yes, it is an open source. Then platform independent. Yes. Support multiple languages. That's a programming language. Yes. And yes, flexible and extensible, multiple operating system, multiple browser, as well as it will support web-based and mobile application as well. Okay. So how many components will be there for Selenium? ID, RC, create, WebDriver. Yes, correct. So these 4 types of component we are having into Selenium. Okay. So one by one we are looking, and yesterday we discussed about Selenium IDE. Okay. So what is Selenium IDE? How can we configure? How can we record our test script into Selenium IDE, and how can we execute it? So that thing we discussed yesterday, and also seen one practical example with Gmail account. Okay. So today also we'll see uh, that thing, how can we record, and the script how will execute, how can they identify the locator, how can they uh, manage to particular action in specific location. Okay, some destination. See, whenever we would like to execute something, so we require some places where we would like to execute. Suppose we would like to say, suppose we would like to send some mm, uh, documents to one person to another person. So the person A should know the proper location or proper address of location B. So accordingly he will send that courier to particular person, okay, a particular organization or anywhere. Okay, so if we do not know or aware about the location or destination, so we cannot send our particular documents or consignment to the location. Okay, so for the same thing will be happen for our web based application, for Selenium automation script. Whenever it is working. Suppose we are opening some application like gmail.com. So how can it identify that this is a user ID field, or this is a next button, or this is some text need, this is a link, or what? This label, this is a create account, is a link. So how can we identify where is it? Because see, in web page you can see this whole screen of in front of us. They start from here, and ending point is a footer. There'll be header and footer will be there, and body of language, body of code will be there, all the body text you can say here. So is human being, because this is prepare for us, and programmer has developed this application from uh, some programming concept will be there, and they will transfer from computer to human being understandable language, like see this they print Google, so we can learn this and read this term text as Google is printed here. But when we are creating some script, so how that script will understand Google is here only, it will not move another location, or always we can get this user ID field in this space, this button is location only this place. So for that we require some locator. We would like to type C, as you know, whenever we are coming to the any web application, so there will text box or check box will be there, so that we highlighted automatically. This our cursor will be ping in that location, that's like user ID field. So here we can type something, okay, whatever user ID with us or email ID with us, that we can type here. But system will, how the system will understand only this space is available for typing the thing. So for that we require some locator. So Selenium is having number of locator in with us. This the location also called the different different areas, different different people are saying with the different different terms. Some are saying element locator, okay, sorry, some are called element locator, some person call object locator, okay, and some are saying identifier, object identifier or element identifier, okay. That kind of thing we can see in general our application. So in Selenium, we are having multiple element locator with us. One is a ID, okay. Second is name. Third will be X bar. Fourth is select CSS selector. Fifth is our uh, link text. Then partial link text. Partial link text. Now uh, after that also we are having some another option for finding element. There's a tag name, class name, and another one will be document object model called as DOM. Document. This is a document object model. DOM full form is document. Oh, one second. I'm writing here this document object model DOM document object model. This is a full form of document object model. Okay, so these are our element locator. So how can we identify this thing? Where we can find this? So This locator you can find using two add-on in Firefox browser. If suppose you do not have some add-on in your Firefox browser or any other browser, we are generally what happen we are doing like this. See, inspect element. If suppose we are doing so, we are getting the source code of the page. Okay, so here you can see there are lot of inspector. This is our page source. In page source there will be tag name input. Inside input the id defined, id equal to email. So this is the id of this particular text field. Okay, this is locator we can say. id is a one locator. Then inside this tag another attribute we can see like name. Name is another locator for Selenium. So we can get sometime we can get multiple locator in a our tag inside the tag. Sometime we didn't get any locator defined by Selenium. Okay, so at that time we can use some another object identifier or element locator with the help of another locator. Generally 80 to 85% you will get the id of the particular element or particular object in the page, but sometime only less than 5-10% it will be their id or name will be not there. Only the some tag will be there or some uh, mm, another tag will be there, but there is no id or something. Okay, so for this, to understand our web page and page source, we require some HTML knowledge. So guys, if you aware about HTML, that will be great. If suppose you basic knowledge about HTML, that's also good. Otherwise, you can go to this website where we can learn how HTML perform. This is a good website for learning our HTML section. What is the uh, attributes? How can we define formatting? What is CSS? What is a link? Why link is started? How can we manage list? So this thing you can learn into HTML. Generally, HTML we aware about tag. Okay, so if suppose you know some more idea about HTML, so you can move this website and you can learn this HTML section, also this CSS section. So this is also CSS is nothing but cascade styles it where this is a presentation of HTML or XML document where okay. So you can learn from the here this website. And also for this, so always we cannot see if suppose we do not have such tools, so we can use this right click and get inspect location in our page. Else best way to find element locator and also will be use this page source. If suppose, as I said, if suppose we do not have such element like id or name inside the tag, so at that time we can use XPath or CSS selector. Okay, I will tell you what is a XPath, what is CSS selector. Okay, so if XPath and CSS will always work, either ID or name is available in our tag inside the tag, or it is not available inside the tag also. Okay, so it will help us to find element in the web page very smoothly and very fast. Okay, so we'll see this one. XPath is most must uh, you can say aware about this thing. CSS is faster than as compared to XPath also. We'll see one by one. And then link text. As you know, link text means whatever link we are looking into page, like this is a link where whenever we are moving our cursor to particular text, so our arrow icon has been changing to hand icon. Okay, so this called link. And if suppose you are going to the page source, so you can see the page source will tag will start from A. So tag A start some text start from tag A, and inside the tag A we are getting some link. That will be hyperlink will be there, href. There is some reference. It will be when we are clicking this need help text, it will redirect us to this location. Okay, so this is a link text. Link text, it means we require all these two texts together, need help and question mark always. Okay, and another thing will be partial link text. So what is a partial link text? Partial link text and what is different between link text? Here we are having link text is a locator, and also we are saying another locator we define as a partial link text. So what is a partial link text? Partial link text means, see, this is a create account. You can see here this is a two word, create and account. In between create and account we are having one space. Okay, so either you can use the text create or you can use account. For if suppose we are using link text, so we require all these two word together. And if suppose we are using partial link text, it means you can use any one, like either you can use both word or you can use only single word create or account. Okay, so this is a your partial link text. We'll see with one example. Actually, the partial link text will help us where there if suppose you can see the some kind of term condition text, so there will one is one line or two line of link text will be there. So we cannot take all the text as a link text. So generally what we can do, we can select one particular word and use our partial link text, so it will be work and it will be execute according to our action. Okay, so this is our partial link. And tag name means, as I said, tag name means whatever tag you can see here. There's a div, input, a, or button, anything, whatever tag the initial started open bracket. There's a open or there's a open tag and this is a closing tag. This slash we are putting, this is a closing tag. So this is a tag. So either also we can use a tag name a, tag name input or option. When we are having some drop down list in our page, so there will be select option with there. So that's kind of tag we can see into the page source section. Okay, another will be class name. So as you can see here this is the class equal to form name panel space second. So this is your class name tag. This is a class name. So this kind of element locator you can find into your page source section. So this is one option to find your page source or element in the page when you are using Chrome or any another Firefox or Chrome or Internet Explorer browser. But simplest way to find element will be one more flexible way to find. You have to just add on. You can use add on in Firefox browser. So that what you have to do, you just go to add-on section. You have to go to add-on section, one second. In tool, go to add-on. Okay, in add-on, here you just write firebug and search it. Oh sorry, spelling mistake. Firebug, yeah, it's coming. Firebug, and now you can just click this install button. Okay, it will take a small time to download and configure into our Firefox browser. Here you can see one icon, one event you can see here after downloading or installation successfully. You can see bug. See, right top corner beside Selenium, left side, you can see bug, Firebug 2.0.13. This is a version of Firebug. This is the latest version of Firebug. Okay. Now after that, you have to add another add-on that's called FirePath. FirePath will help us to find X path of the element or CSS locator of the web pages of web element. Okay. See, this is a FirePath. FirePath is a Firebug extension that adds a development tool to edit, inspect, or generate XPath 1.0 or expression and CSS selector 3 and jQuery selector. So this kind of element we can find using FirePath. Okay, so again we installing it and yeah. So now we have to restart our FirePath browser. Okay, right now when you are opening this Firebug, when you install your Firebug, you can just click Firebug. You can see in footer side, in bottom side of the page, you can see the one screen where we can see inspect element and the Firebug image, Firebug options, and you can get number of tabs like console, HTML, CSS, script, DOM, net, cookies, and after restarting, after configure this FirePath in our Firefox browser, it's required to restart the browser. When we restart this Firefox browser, you can get another tab here that's called FirePath. Okay, so do this, close it, and restart Firefox browser. You can see the FirePath inside the Firebug location. So this is our restarted. Now when you click Firebug here, you can see inside beside the cookies you can see the FirePath. And FirePath there will be highlighter top windows, and here you can see there's a three thing will be there. There's XPath, CSS, and Sizzler. So Sizzle is an we are not using here. This is for JavaScript, but we can use these two things. There's a XPath and CSS. Okay, XPath we are using. XPath is a nothing but you can say is a language. XPath is a language which is used for locating node in an XML document. What is XPath? XPath is nothing but it's a language for locating node in an XML document. XML document is that will be HTML. Actually, HTML represents it will be represent and implement with the help of XML. So that language will be created like XHTML. Okay, so it will help us to find, and also it will be powerful tool you can say for our Selenium user for finding element. At that time, as I said, if suppose we do not have ID or name, so our if so we do not have ID or name, at the time we can use XPath, or also if suppose we do not having such uh, you can say sometime what happen in our web page, it will getting failed for ID or name because there will be duplicacy of ID or name. So at that time also you can use XPath. XPath is having two types of XPath. Okay, XPath is having two types of XPath. One is one called absolute XPath and second is called relative XPath. Okay, one is called absolute and second is called relative. So absolute XPath is representing by single slash and relative will represent by double slash. Okay, single slash means absolute and double slash means relative. So this is the two types of XPath with having in XPath language, that's absolute and relative. So what is the difference between absolute and relative? These are two XPath we are using. Why we are using these two types? So Absolute will represent this root element of HTML pages. Root element means it will start begin of the page like HTML from begin HTML head body, then some tag more tag will be there like see. So from begin to end we can represent using HTML document, like we can start right from single slash HTML, then head, then body, then there are a lot of tag inside that body like this. So we are representing our root element, or you can say tree kind of structure we can follow. Okay, so that called that's come into our absolute XPath. Second is our relative XPath. Relative XPath will directly find those element and where our element is located. Suppose I am creating one a normal HTML file. Okay, so now suppose I am creating one HTML file. So for that we can write HTML code here. Uh, Head, then you can write title. Title will be like welcome. Okay, then we can close our head. Now we start our body. Okay, so in body there will be some div. On div, if suppose there is we define as id equal to form. Okay, now inside the div we are having some input. Suppose input. Inside the input, what types of input? Type equal to input type equal to text box. Okay, and id equal to what is the id? Id, suppose there will be username. Okay, and value is equal to nothing. Okay, so suppose this is our one, or you can say name also. You can inside the name is equal to also username. And another input tag we can see here. That's for password. Okay, and name is also you can put here as a password. Okay, now we are using such input type equal to button, and id equal to you can use button. Id equal to button, yes, or you can say id equal to submit. Can use value, can pass value equal to submit. Okay, and now our div is close. Then our body is also stopping here. We are writing as HTML. See, this is one normal HTML form. Okay, this is a form we have created. In this form, there will be user ID, a username field, and second is a password field. And this button. Okay, we just save it. We are saving it as a normal HTML file. Where is our folder. Yeah, this is a folder, and here we are saving it like locator dot html. Okay, now save it. After saving, you just open it. We have to open it into the browser. You can see uh, here this locator. Just find C. This form, this username field, and this is password. Okay. So how can we? And this is submit button. 1 second, we just do some uh, break line here, and on break line we are taking this thing. Suppose we are putting label like username. This for getting space in HTML. Okay. Suppose this is our password. Okay. Now when you or oh my god, and yes, something is wrong here. Remove it. NBSP. Yeah. Okay, fine. So one more breakpoint will be there. Yes. See. So this is our username and this is our password. Okay. So now, if suppose you would like to find this user ID, how can we identify with ID? So we can identify using different thing. One is we can write ID using ID. So we can directly, if suppose we are using this, I am taking example of XPath. So if suppose we would like to find this location, how can we identify this location? So for this location, if so would like to identify, there is two way. One is our dynamic, and second is we can use this XPath. You just click Firebug and click this Firepath location and inspect your element in this portion. Okay, so this is our code, HTML head body, and this is username, and this is our XPath. Okay, so XPath you can get from here. So this is called relative XPath. It is directly taking our ID, this location we identify, but this location directly it fetching from here, directly text box it will fetch. It will not taking this above line of code like HTML, head, body, or div, or like this. Okay, it means we are directly move to our target location to find our element. There is such element will be there or not. So this is one way to find our element using our relative XPath. So this is called your relative XPath. Okay, we can use this. Second will be, if suppose this is form. See, for username field you can also use this way. We can customize this. We just find this div id equal to form. Okay, now then we would like to print something in this field, user ID field. we can use this input tag. Inside this, we can use this input tag. So input tag, you can see inside this div, there is a two input. One input means this username and second input means this password. So here if suppose we are writing only this input, so system will confuse, or it will always type the text inside the username. If suppose we would like to type password field, and we are writing like this, so it will always type whatever input we would like to give instructions. It will always type in username field, because Selenium will work, or Selenium WebDriver or Selenium ID, whatever component we are using, that will be find element like left to right and top to bottom. Okay, first come first out, that kind of service they are following. So they will find element from left to right, searching those web element in the page from left to right, row by row, and come down from up to top to bottom. Okay, so according to this X path, it will always find input tag first, this for this user ID field, username field. It will find second times for password. Okay, so here we have to create, if this kind of situation we are getting in our web page, at that time we have to create some indexing option. Okay, so for indexing, this is our first location and second location will be this. So for that we can use one second. This is our index 2. Okay, this is when we are putting this 2, it means it will always type in password section. If suppose you like to use username section, so we have to put here input 1. Input 1 means it is always use this location. Okay, so you can use another one for this. This is also your relative XPath. This is one another way to write XPath of username field. This is one way directly you can call your user ID name username with ID, or if suppose you do not find user directly ID from there, you can use this kind of. Okay, so here let me yeah. So this is a one way, another way. Okay, so similar way you have to do and see. Suppose we are recording this thing into our web page, so we just type our this page, and we are putting some text, and we are writing here right. Okay, then submit it. It will nothing happen. See, everything is recorded here. If suppose you can see the target location. As I said, this is a command. Okay, in Selenium ID, this section is command, and this is target, this value. So Selenium ID will perform according to this command. It will open the URL. URL means this is our HTML page, and a type is a command. The type command will, we would like to type the text word where you would like to type the text to the value. The text will type to this location, this user ID field. So this user ID field we require some identifier, some location. So for location we find this ID equal to username. For password same thing, and where we would like to click the submit button, click. So click ID equal to submit button. So this is a way to find element in your page and type your C. And there are a lot of command we are having into Selenium ID. So numbers of command will be there, but this will be depend upon our application, which kind of command will required. According to we can use those command. Okay, any query? Are you getting me? Yep. Okay, so this one example we prepare for HTML, and also you can see in Selenium ID you can get different locator also in target section. See, there is a drop down kind of icon here. You can just press it. You can see the more identifier. If suppose you can just drag it and increase your layout size of Selenium ID, and you have to press this location on this drop down icon, so you can see how many kinds of location we can use. Okay, so see id, you can see here we are using id equal to username. This is one way. Either you can also use name equal to username, because name is also available in our inside this input tag. Okay, inside this input tag name is also available. You can see into this our code. This is our id equal to username, and name equal to username. This is okay. Another thing will be CSS. This is CSS selector. You can directly, it will discuss about this thing later on. Uh, as we seen, XPath will start with the double slash. Similar way, CSS will start with hash. Okay, this is hash username. And second thing will be this absolute URL. This one way, this input ID equal to username. This is one way. Second way, this is another one which I told. Okay, because this, see, this is it is not reflecting here index, but we can, if suppose we are putting one, so that will be great. And for password, you can see here, for password it will define two. Got it? Because the password input is second number. Okay, that's why we are getting here form and two. So here we can either, you can use star. Star means it will, let's see, ignore all this above line of code, and directly it will move there where id equal to form. Okay, or if suppose you would like to find, or you were instruct to the Selenium to find element like where start tag with div, and start tag with div, and the id equal to form. Start tag with div and id equal to form. So this is also a way to find your element. So there are a lot of customization that will depend upon our uses and depend upon our requirement. So we cannot say we have only one solution, or we have only one way to write XPath or CSS or identify the element. There are multiple options. Any option we can choose for finding the element. Okay, suppose uh, as I give one example, live example. If suppose we would like to uh, move from Mumbai to Delhi. Okay, so there is a multiple option to going to Delhi from Mumbai. One option is by train, second is by air, third is by bus. Okay, so now there are three options with us, but also there are multiple choice. Like we would like to move directly from Mumbai to Delhi by air, direct flight, there no zero stop in between, or we can go via, like via Ahmedabad, via Jaipur, via Agra, that kind of. So similar way, we for finding the element in the web page, we can find those element with different locator. So that will be depend upon our uses, or depend upon our requirement. Okay, got it? Okay. So similar way for this thing. So just remember this thing: absolute URL and the relative URL, relative XPath, absolute XPath and relative XPath. So absolute URL you can see generally for those kind of web pages where we are having. You can see for this element and just find your location. First, see this is for button. This is XPath for the thing, and this is our email ID field. Okay. Similar way for this, create account, tag name A. This is XPath. Either you can also use this create see that it will start from tag A. It means this is a link text. So you can use link text also. So if suppose we are recording this all whole script, we have clearing this thing. Okay, we are looking one practical example. Suppose this is in recording mode. We are going to gmail.com. Okay, in gmail.com we just pressing and we validate our error messages. Okay, here what we have to do, here we have to write some user ID field, that's valid user ID. Okay, this is a demo user ID I had prepared for training purpose. Now validate for user blank field. Okay, so verifying it, and then we are putting user ID field. There's a password I entered here. Yeah, see, this is a logged in, and we just log out. Okay, just logged in and log out. Guys, I would like to give one uh, information I would like to share you. If suppose you would like to means you are doing practice in your home or your office workspace, please avoid to use your personal thing using Selenium ID or Selenium WebDriver, because the credential, what credential we are using, that credential will exactly display is our given input. Okay, I will show. Just we finished our one recording here, so you can see this is our recording and this is our user ID field. User ID we are put it there, user demo user 0121, and this is our password. So you will see this is our password, there's no encryption. Okay, so whatever thing you are putting, typing in your text field, everything will be display as it is. So please avoid to work your personal thing using Selenium IDE or WebDriver. First, we stop your Selenium recording or anything, then you can use your personal work. This is personally suggest from my side. Okay, so please avoid those kind of activities because there's a security point of thing. I am saying that. Okay, so now you can see there's a everything will be recorded. Sometime it will take ID. Generally, whenever we are finding ID, so ID is our default element locator in the web page. As I said, 90% chance will be there to every programmer writing ID of element. So ID you will get default locator of web page. Okay. Sometime you will get CSS, sometime you will get XPath if suppose we do not have such locator ID or XPath. Okay. So this thing I would like to share you. Like see when we are executing this. So see this is a there is no input. What happened? Yeah. So here you can see we just write and there is some error. Those error you can see into this log section. What is the error? How we are getting this error? Defined. Okay. So this we did not match. Actual value is blank and it is not integer ready. 30 seconds. Okay. So we have to wait. See, actually we did yesterday. We have seen yesterday this kind of error. Uh, if suppose we are create clicking this next, this very fast mode, it that's why we are getting this error. If suppose we are executing this slow mode, so then we will move properly. You can see. Okay. So we are getting some error in between because there's a system error. We have to check it. Okay. So this execution is done. Now there is more features available in Selenium IDE. Okay. So what are those features? Those features like how can we debug? Like see this kind of error. If suppose we are getting multiple times and it is not finding by us or the system is not we are getting multiple times same error, but we are if suppose we are doing manually we are not getting. If suppose we are executing to our script, so that error will come to us, but if suppose we are doing manually, so it will not happen. So at that time, how can we validate? How can we identify those error? So those error you can identify by debugging. So what is a debugging? Debugging is nothing but a single line execution. Line by line, we would like to execute our test script and then we can see the actual behavior of our script and application. Okay, so that's called debugging. So like see here, we are failing here due to some error we are getting. Okay, when we did manually at the time there is no error, but we had started our automation script in Selenium ID and there we are getting those error. Now here we got that error and we are into same page. So now here what we have to do, either you can click this command 2 times, double click. I put press it 2 times this line of command. Okay, now second, another more option will be you have to select the line of command and click press X key, from keyboard key X. Okay, you have to select the command and you have to press X. Okay, X for Xerox. So that X key button from keyboard we just press. So X is a behaving for single line execution in Selenium IDE. Okay, see, this is a single line execution. Line by line we can execute our application. Okay, we just select the command. Okay, and we can see the execution of our application line by line. Single line execution you can see using press X in your keyboard. Okay, so this is a your command line of single line execution. Okay, see here we did now, now, then, then finish. We did. So this is a single line execution. Single line execution also you can get from your this command section. Here just you have to right click your mouse and you can get a context menu. In context menu you can see there are three options. The execute this command. Execute this command, or you can press this command line, or also you can press X. This X I'm saying. Okay. Now is we are executing this script is a fast way, and we are getting error in this location because our script is moving fast, but web page is not behaving as respect to with as compared to our execution of these steps. Okay, so at that time what we can do, we just stop our execution in this space. Like as you having example like movie play, or you like to listen some music in our system, so sometime we are uh, pause it and then resume it. Okay, so similar way here we can use this pause and resume option for our execution of test script. Okay, so you just click this uh, button, the run button, from here you can see, 1 second, because we are having the space. You can just click here. See, our execution has done and we stop in this location. Okay, now this resume button is enabled. Press it, then it's started and it's stop here. We are getting fail here again due to fast execution. Okay, so the whatever we are using this double slash, pause, we stop here. That's called our toggle breakpoint. For setting toggle breakpoint, you just press B. Okay, we have to press B. You have to select the command line and press B. So where we are pressing B, so till the above, till the selection of above, till here it will execute, and when we reach this command, it will stop here. When we resume, then start execution from here. Okay, this is one way. Now another thing will be there. Suppose we are already in this page. Like, see, we are into this. We have already executed our number of command, like line of command, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 line of code we have executed. Okay, 7 line of code we have executed, and we are into password section. We do not want to execute this earlier executed script. We directly want to start our execution from this location, this page. So for that, what we have to do? For that, we have to set up using right click and context menu and set clear start point by on this command, or directly you can press S, button S from keyboard. So you have to just select the command line and press S. So it will show you as a play button. Okay, so here you, when we are clicking run button here, play current test case, so it will start from here only. It will not execute this above line of code. Okay, just press it, then you can see our execution is started and it's logged in, and it will log out. Okay, now see, your test script is successfully executed. Okay, from here, when we start from here, it will line of code is executed properly, because we executed this is a slow mode. Got it? So these are three feature we are having into Selenium. One is called, you can see that command into action section, play test case, play current test case, schedule, we discuss about this schedule, breakpoint, start point, execute this command, fastest, faster, okay, slow and slowest. So this is more action into Selenium IDE. Okay. Now, okay, guys, any query till now? No. Okay, fine. So these all are your element locator. So here we had discussed all these things: ID, name, XPath, link text, partial link text, tag name, and class name. CSS is cascadic style sheet. CSS is a one another HTML you can say thing. CSS cascadic style sheet where we can see the mostly uh, attributes or property of web element. Okay, when you click your this page and go to your Firefox section, in Firefox you can see the CSS section. In CSS you can generally got a font detail or weight, height, some number of attributes you can see. Okay, so with the help of this thing, we are finding those element in the web page using this thing, or either also, as we said, for user ID field or something, it will start from hash. It will start from hash, then we can use this either username or password or directly form also. Okay, it will start from hash. This CSS selector will be always start from hash, and it is much faster as compared to XPath. Okay, CSS is much faster as compared to XPath. Okay, so this is a way to find element. And one most this very uh, small time uses you can say, very rarely we can use. Whenever we are using such kind of element, it is not find because there's JavaScript function will be there. So we can use this document object model. Document object model will represent our HTML document, and we can access using JavaScript. Okay, so DOA means document object model. As you can document object model, you can see that's the document object model means that's define our tree structure of our HTML. As I said, we prepare our this HTML, and this is a normal example: HTML head, then body. So you can see there is two section. This is a HTML, then head. Inside head there is one thing, head and title will be separate. Then inside this is a div, and this is a body. There's another part inside the HTML. Okay, so we define the a tree structure, a root structure of the web page using some uh, document, using some model, so that come into our document object model. And document object model will denoted by we can use doc equal to document dot find element, or document dot uh, using, suppose if for this example, if suppose we are taking, so we can use document dot uh, we can use this where cursor will be dot form, and location will be like this, or you can use form, and that's a your zeroth location, because this is start from zero bean. So okay, so there's a very rarely we are using for document object model using JavaScript. This will help us at that time where some JavaScript calendar will be there in our web application. So calendar will be generally we are fetching by XPath. If suppose that XPath will not identify or the element is dynamic, so at that time we can use JavaScript function for creating and selecting the date from date picker. Okay, and here we can do that using XPath as well. For what? Yes, yes, yes. I'm saying I'm showing one example of calendar. One second. Yes, yes. I'm showing one example. Suppose uh, suppose we are using this website. This is like Go IB book where there's defined the destination from and to. Okay, this is a calendar. So here you can see the calendar. So there were two types of calendar. You can see the web application. There's a different kind of application with us in front of. So sometime we are getting calendar like single month. Sometime it will like see there's a 2 month. The current month and next month will be there. So for that we can use the, suppose we are using this 13 January. So return date will be always after that. So we can use this 13 January. Okay. So here you can see they had used one stop. Here it has used CSS selector. Either CSS selector, also you can use XPath. So due to XPath is CSS much faster as compared to XPath. That's why it will set by default is taken CSS. But also we can use XPath. I can show you how can you select date using XPath. Okay, I am showing you customization of XPath. How can we identify? How can we use? This is one way. Okay, this is one way to do when we record your script. So it is default. It's as per your customization or whatever project define finding that element by ID. It will taking that's by default. But when we are doing manually, so you can see if suppose we are writing manually script here, so recording is stopped and we can use our open, you can just copy it, open same application. We just customizing here, we just select here command, what command we have to, command will be like click, where we would like to click, we have to check location. So what is the location? This is our location. Okay, so this is our location. So for location, how can we identify the location? You can identify by clicking XPath, and here XPath you can use for the calendar. This is our calendar, XPath of the calendar. So XPath equal to this. Okay. Now after XPath you are getting this calendar, you just press it. Then we are pressing this location. So this is our next month XPath. So here we can click what is our command? Click. click with our command, then XPath equal to this. Okay. Now similar way for this return date. For return date, you can see you have to find this return date. Let's see. I am taking this return test. Okay, we just click this inspect element. Okay, and move our cursor here. Return date field. We are getting this X path. Okay, just copy it and come to Selenium ID section. Here you have to choose command. Click. Okay, and X path. X path equal to the X path of the return tab. Then next command will be click, again click. Now what, we have to take our X path for this location, so you just select it and then X path equal to, see, this is our X path. There is no value, only we are clicking. Okay, only we are clicking, just click this field and click the calendar date. So that's why we are just clicking. There is no value will be there, only clicking. So which location we would like to click, so the click is our command action, and location where we would like to click, so that thing will be automatically catch up. Are you getting? Okay, if suppose you are executing, so when you create this kind of customization script, just execute your uh, script manually, then you can execute properly from here. So you can see here it will be executed properly. Okay, so for this way you can find your element and you can create a X path of any web pages, any kind of element with you, in front of you also. Okay, there is some dynamic situation will be there sometime, as we see yesterday, like in Yahoo Mail.com. So we are getting two kind of ID. Once we are using, so we are getting another ID. Second time it will be different ID. So that ID, dynamic ID, will be not handled by Selenium IDE. We can handle it through WebDriver. So when we reach there, so I will show you how can we control our those kind of dynamic element locator in the web page. Okay, so also there will be one option to print our or we can use to store our user ID field or something. So suppose here I would like to use some more command. If suppose we are using some command here, we miss some line of code, so what will be option? So the option will be like, you just right click here and insert new command. Insert new command, when you pressing, so we are getting above of the command we are getting here. We just type here in command section or anywhere, we can use insert new command. What command you like to use here? So suppose we would like to store some value, or which store, what is no value we would like to store. We would like to store our username, demo user 0121 is a value. What value will be? Username. Okay, now we can use this as a your user is small username. this option is available for storing your value inside the Selenium ID. You can define as a variable. Okay, and what value we can typing inside the ID. So also you can take here from another command the echo. Echo is a command for print. Okay, so what print whatever text we are writing inside the user ID field. Okay, so the thing we can print value of the evil ID. So what the value will be there. So that thing we can print and this thing we can see into this log section. Okay, we are clearing it and we are executing the by using for removing breakpoint also you have to press B. Okay, yes. For inserting a breakpoint you have to press B and removing breakpoint same command for pressing B and for start same command SS. Okay, one time when we clicking first time B it will be it active our breakpoint. Second time we are pressing B then deactive our breakpoint. Similar way for start when we are pressing first time S button then our start point will be uh, active and second time if suppose we are pressing S button then our start point will be deactive. So this is a way to activate our uh, breakpoint and start point. Okay, so now we would like to execute our this script. You can see here. Okay, okay, so your execution is done. There's one text we had executed and zero fail is successed. Now see here, uh, it's passed. This error you are looking this earlier error. Okay, now here you can see this is our store value. Okay, here we are used one store value command. Okay, where we would like to store our username field. See, we are storing our username as a username like in Java program or C program you are using like some variable we are defining a equal to 13, yeah, yeah, some base file equal to our URL like that. So here username equal to this is our demo user and we are calling those value as our this value. So this is way and we are also typing email. So echo here whatever echo you are typing here this we missed here. We require echo means this is a dollar username field so it will print here this demo user id will be printed here. So we missed that script here. Just we have to look this and suppose we are using this command and inside this echo we are pressing this and we you can execute single n command then you can see it will be displaying top of the bottom. Yeah, see here. Okay, so this is your Selenium IDE and the first component of Selenium. Okay, so with the help of Selenium IDE we can record our script, we can debug our script, we can set breakpoint and start point, we can control our execution from fast slow mode and we can execute our single test case and multiple test case at a time. Okay, we can save our test case as a normal. HTML format. The script, whatever script we are creating, this called Selenium. Okay, and there is an option in the Selenium IDE. That option, like, we can use a new command inserting and comment inserting. Comment means comment will always help us to use insert new comment. Comment means we are putting our some comment, like this is a Gmail login script. The comment why we are putting in the program, it will help us and our colleague also. If suppose we are creating this script today and after 6 months or 8 months we come to same script, so that time if suppose we are not having such comment, so we have to take some time to understand for what purpose we are written this script. Okay, and if suppose your behalf, your colleague will represent your scripts or would like to execute those scripts, so he will might be some take some time to proper understand of your code. Okay, if suppose you do not have such comment in the place, so and comment will help us to understand our script, why, what purpose we had written that particular script, and is where we created and we modified this script. So that thing, so it will help us a lot when we are creating our scripts, so for us and other person as well. Okay, so you can use this command from edit menu and use this new command. If suppose we missed something and we would like to add new command in our script, and comment, else this command will be normal in general all application you can soon see, or cut, copy, paste, do, undo, redo. Action will be there, record option. From here you can also use record and stop recording, play test suit, current test suit, and scheduler, breakpoint, start point, exit, single line command, and play, pause steps will be there. In option help, you can get all documentation section for Selenium ID documentation, UI element documentation, report issues if suppose we are there. So everything you can get from official website or official blog for Selenium. So here you can get detailed information about Selenium ID. If suppose you are getting some difficulties, then here option. So now here will miss main disadvantage you can say for Selenium ID, it will always execute for Firefox browser. It will not execute with a different browser. You can say you same script you like to use for execution of IE or Chrome or Safari Opera. Okay, it's the only work for Firefox browser because it is a Firefox plugin. And so there is one option. Okay, there is one option in option menu. When you go to option, so there this format is one text, one element, where you can see number of language where you can convert this script. Okay, so where is it right now? When we come to this format, we are getting this want to format back, click read more. Okay, so when you go to this option, when you select this option, and we can see, as I said yesterday, I will tell you about this last third one and this second one, last second, okay, second last. So when we click this two checkbox, experimental enable experimental feature, and disable format change warning message. Okay, so when we are selecting this two, or unselect this second last one. So if suppose we are not selecting the second last one, so when we are converting this script from HTML to another language, okay, now there is some confirmation will be there coming us. So we can select it, and if suppose selecting this, so it will not asking to reconfirm. Okay, so just okay, press okay. Now you can see when you go to option and format, then you can see earlier we are getting some single line text here, And now after selecting enable feature, experimental feature, then you can see lot of programming languages like HTML is our by default. Okay, C Sharp and WebDriver. We can convert this script into C Sharp and remote control. We can convert into Java. We can convert into Java a WebDriver for WebDriver code, for WebDriver for remote control code. So there are different uh, uh, options for converting our script. Okay, so we are focusing into these two, Java into TestNG and WebDriver. Okay, Java TestNG and WebDriver. So you can just select this and then you can get a confirmation message from here. You can click OK. Now you can see this is your recording. This is your script. Whatever script you had prepared, everything is written in your Java program. Okay, no need to write any single line of code in your this script. Everything is converted into your Java program. So sometimes some candidate ask, I don't know Java, I no idea about Java. We didn't understand how can we possible, how can we do. So this is simplest way to create your automation script using Selenium IDE and convert into your Java program or respective programming language, and then you can copy it and paste into your text editor and then execute there. I will show you how can we do that in our next class. Okay, before next class we have to learn some Java basics. Okay, our next batch, next session will be for Java concept. We have to finish those Java concept till the time you just prepare your Selenium IDE script and execute multiple times. You have to learn how our script is creating in Selenium IDE, how difficult we are getting, where we are getting difficulties. So if you are doing practice at the time you will get some ideas. There is lot of command, you can use those command as well, and if suppose you are getting difficulties somewhere, so you can just ask us, we can resolve your problem as soon as possible. Okay, so guys, do you have any query? So today I will share with you some questions what we have prepared, and that question you have to submit by Thursday or Friday evening. Uh, See, for Google Chrome, there is no add-on, but no. For Firefox, there is no add-on. For the for Internet Explorer, there is Fiddler will be there, but that will not help us because generally Firebug is there for fetching fire path. Actually, the Firebug concept will be there for finding the fire path of the X path of the web element in the page. Okay, that's why it will mandatory for Firefox browser and Firebug and Firefox in Firefox browser. So I am saying what I'm saying. Yes. So I'm saying that we are sharing with you some query. Yeah, Divyesh, you can use same XPath identify from Firefox. Yes, definitely. See, whatever script we prepare here, okay, whatever script you prepare here, you have to convert into your Java program language or any programming language, and then same thing will be executed in Chrome. But we'll see. I will show you how can you use this script with multiple browser. Okay, there will be another option. There will be on more some more option will be there for executing your this test script into Chrome and I. Okay, they will directly, it will not execute because there's the third party tool ID, sorry, Internet Explorer and the Google Chrome is not a uh, mm, uh, you can say officially um, defined by this Selenium guys. Firefox is only one browser. They will directly work with command or script, but I and Chrome we require some additional exe file which and give the path, and accordingly it will execute those browser. Okay, so there's a different way to execute our test script into different browser excluding Firefox. So we'll see later on. First, we have to complete our some Java concept. What is a object? What is a class? What is a concept? Okay, what is a string? How can we find array? So those things we have to finish in our next class, and then we can move for move for our WebDriver section. Okay, so you just prepare yourself. You do lot of practice in this Selenium IDE, and for Selenium IDE, whatever topics we completed yesterday and today, we'll share the queries. You have to give those assignment and answer by Thursday evening or Friday Friday afternoon. Then we can evaluate, and accordingly we can give your marks. Okay, rest of thing will Palas will discuss with you. Okay, so if any query, so just let me know. Else we'll stop today session. Yep. Thank you guys. We'll see you next Saturday. Okay.